Coming up on this 5th edition of Techspresso, me and Chris are going to talk about our computers that we bought for the upcoming school year.
And Marcel may stop by and do something.
And in our final segment, we're going to talk about what podcasting is and why we suck at it so much. Just stick around.
Techspresso.
Hello and welcome to Techspresso. I am Sean, the co-host, webmaster, editor, everything extraordinaire.
And I'm Chris, the other guy.
That no one likes.
Nobody. Marcel was way better.
Marcel has a life. Other than this. I mean, come on. Marcel and I started this podcast back in like February, late February. And from then on, we've been pretty, well, let's say, not doing it.
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah. So, in episode 3, which currently sitting on my computer somewhere, not finished, I brought Chris because he has time, which Marcel doesn't, and I thought I'd fix everything, but we still failed. Because as of now, episodes 3 and 4 have not been finished, and this is episode 5. And episode, episode 1 is on like YouTube, and episode 2 is on Vimeo, which you probably never saw. So basically what we're trying to say is we failed horribly. But we're not failures because we have new computers that do stuff. Yeah. Oh.
Win!
So we're going to try this one more time. So this will be the final, 5th and final episode of Techspresso this season. So anyway, coming up right now, we're going to talk about our new computers.
Which really isn't a segment.
We don't know what to talk about.
Yeah.
And cut.
Here we are in the lab for no apparent reason. But anyways, this is my new computer, an Asus EPC. I got this because it is easy to carry around and it does stuff that I need it to do. But seriously, its best feature is its size. It'll fit in your pocket and it'll take care of most of your daily computer needs like word processing, checking your email, browsing the web, watching a movie, listening to music, just anything like that. Play some older games okay. It actually plays WoW pretty well. Its specs are, it has a 900 MHz Celeron processor, downclocked to 600 MHz to save on battery, but you can change that in the settings. And it comes from Asus with 512 megabytes of memory, but that's easily upgradable. Mine has 2 gigabytes, a 4 gigabyte solid state hard drive, webcam, just everything you would need in a laptop, only really small. It fits in your pocket. It comes default with Xandros installed, which really is fine, but it won't see more than 2 gigs of RAM. So I tried a bunch of other Linux distros, and none of them worked with all the hardware properly. And I'm sorry to say this, but Windows XP works with everything, and it runs very well. This model, the 701, would normally run you $399. Mine actually ran me $275. I bought it off an old man that really loved Linux and Scotch. But he was awesome, and yeah, if you can find one, they're great little computers.
MacBook Pro. It's awesome. Enough said.
Done.
Okay, so sitting here on this table is my old love of my life, my 1 GHz PowerBook G4 15-inch. It's been good for me for the past year, but going to college in a little bit, majoring in communication arts and sciences at Michigan State, so it was time to upgrade. So what I got here is the baseline MacBook Pro with the 2.4 GHz Intel Core 2 Dual processor. I upgraded the RAM from the standard 2 GB up to 4 GB, which is the maximum for the machine, and it's got a 200 gigabyte hard drive and an 8X double air super drive. But one of the coolest features about the new MacBooks and MacBook Pros is that it's got the multi-touch trackpad, which allows for things like right-click with 2 fingers, drag with 2 fingers, back and forth with 3 fingers, and the pinching and zooming, all the things you do on an iPhone, and it's really useful. So it's a Mac, so it comes with macOS 10.5 installed, Leopard, and it also comes with the new iLife 08 suite of applications, which are good for everyday home use. A lot of people have been saying that iMovie 08 sucks, and it does, because it gets rid of good features, like splitting the damn audio from a clip, which apparently no one needs to do. And I would recommend using something like Final Cut Express, which is an extra $200, but it's a really powerful editing program, and in fact it's what I'm going to be using to edit the podcast from now on. So even though this is the baseline MacBook Pro model, anything you do on it is super fast. From, check and dig in Safari, or running Vista in a virtual machine either using Parallels Desktop or VMware Fusion, to word processing, and even non-Intel native programs like, say, Photoshop CS2 run close to native speeds through the Rosetta emulator, and you really can't even tell the difference most of the time. So one other feature that this has that my old PowerBook didn't have is it has a motion sensor built in, so you can do fun little stuff like, make lightsaber noises for no apparent reason and, break the screen. But basically, it's a MacBook Pro, it's an Apple computer, and it's awesome, and you want one. Without a student discount, this will run you about $2,000, and with one you can get it for about $1,800 and get your free iPod with it. And it's a great computer, and I love it.